Let's get started. It's been red. All right, we're gonna get started. So thanks for joining. This is the first of at least 3 new candidates that we're going to meet the candidates tonight that we're gonna have here at the library. We'd like to do them at the clubhouse, but we can't for various reasons. So I'm John Caracato, most of you know me. I am the chairman of the Friends of Artist Lake Fairview Committee. We've started this group to try to get the community together. And we've been together as a committee for about probably about 4 or 5 months now. Most of you know that I started this campaign, so to speak, almost 2 years ago now, and it's come to this. So we all know we have annual elections coming, right? And in the past, there hasn't been a lot of hoopla around and a lot of buzz around the annual meeting. So what we're trying to do is create that buzz, create that, that information out there that there is an annual meeting and how important that annual meeting is, because it's the one time a year that New York State law says that we have to get together as a condominium and talk about issues and elect members to the board of managers of each condominium. And that's coming up. So I know notice went out for Condo 1 that they're going to be having their meeting in December. I don't know the exact date. Condo 2 should be having theirs soon, and Artist Lake condominium notice will probably start coming out around the December, early January time.
That one where we go, we're all going to be together.
We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. We'll answer. So hold your questions, because the format for this is, so we have these meetings coming up. I want you to meet the candidates, myself, Oscar Perez, and Jordan Beaver are running for the board in Artist Lake. We know one person running in Condo 1, Jessica Matone. She couldn't make it here tonight. She would try to make it for the next meeting. So we wanted to give everybody an opportunity to meet us, for us to talk about who we are and what we see as a vision for the condominium, at least for Artist Lake. And even if you're from Fairview 1 or you're from Fairview 2, Artist Lake does have an impact on the quality of your life, because Artist Lake votes for HOA directors who govern the HOA, who govern all of our amenities. So even though we're from Artist Lake, we will, if we get on the board, we will have the opportunity to vote for directors of the HOA who will impact you. So you do have a little bit of a vested interest in kind of hearing about what we have to say and our thoughts. So the format for this is that each one of us is going to get up and talk. Oscar's going to talk first. Jordan's going to talk second. I'm going to go last. We're going to try to keep that to a half hour. And then, hold your questions, because after that, we're going to open the floor up to questions you can ask us. If we don't have the answer, we'll try to get one for you. If we do have the answer, we'll talk. We'll give you what we think is the answer to your questions. Okay. All right. So let's get started. Oscar.
My name is Oscar Perez. I'm 41 years old. I bought this condo 4 years ago. So I think there are a lot of changes. So when I bought this condo, I think we are going backwards, because in the first year we had a security guard, we have a security gate, but now everything we are going back. So I've seen another communities, they are increasing the security, but now we're not. So I think in this community we have a lot of work to do. So I have the same questions like you, the same issues like you. I'm kind of new in this community, but I think there is a lot of work to do. That's why I'm running for the Artist Lake board, because I can do something with these people. These people teach me a lot how to run the thing, how it runs in this part. So I'm here to make the first step because I want to encourage the rest of the people to be involved in this. So I want to make the first step, the connection with people and a big connection, the people who is rolling this place and with the community. We can, I'm going to give you an example. We can make more meetings during the year because we never, I don't know who are ruling this place. We don't know. We don't have meetings. Only one meeting in the year. It's by online, but nobody see that lasts less than 7 minutes. So we can do. Besides the events, we can do more. Besides the meetings, we can do more events during the year, like we had before. In summertime, we have a barbecue. That's a good reason. That's a good reason to know you who lives with you in your neighborhood. Who that's a way to know who is in your community. So, by the way, we're gonna have a Christmas party next month. So, what else? I think it's time to change the things that were ruling this place. I'm able to work hard for this community, even no matter what time takes the time. So I'm gonna do my first step. So I want to see more people involved next year. I want to see more people sitting in the seats, trying to move. I'm kind of new in this community, and there are more people who know. There are more than 15 years. It's the same way. It's time to change. It's our home. It's our place. It's time to protect, even for our children, for the people who's coming behind us, because that's the way to live in community. That's it. Thank you very much.
A little newer than us here, John. Actually, I want to move here. First, my name's Gordon Albert. Moved here in February of 2021. You probably know my dog a little better than I do. It's a Shepherd walking around. So obviously, I use the facilities a lot. The dog park. I have a canoe that's currently grounded because the lake's at an all-time low level. I don't think there's anything we can do to change that, but there are things we can do and change around our community. I'm sure a lot of folks in the Artist Lake area have noticed, of course, in Oscar Point, the gates have been removed on our security booth, and we all remember the meeting that we were consulted at about that, because I don't, at least as far as I remember. So it seems our board does what they want when they want, and they don't really consult us a lot. When that security gate came down, I decided it would be a good idea to just get an idea of how much it would cost to get an improvement. Something along the lines of that. I did reach out to, just as exploratory, a quote from Arrow Security. Our budget for 2023 in Artist Lake for the security booth alone is about $87,000. For a little less than that, I believe the actual quote we got first year anyway was around $80,000 to have a mobile unit. So not just through Artist Lake, but would also go and roll through Fairfield 1 and 2. I actually spoke to Arrow, and they stated because the way the road is constructed, the guard doing the rounds, it wouldn't really change the price if he went just to Artist Lake or Fairfield. There's other options. That's just the cheapest one. There were others where, there are other options. Another situation that a lot of folks know or may have even heard of was our sewage treatment plant.
sewage treatment plant, I found out through a public FOIL request, it's freedom of information. Basically, it's been out of compliance or unsatisfactory since 2019. That's 4 years that the current board has had to fix multiple issues. Some of these issues are rudimentary. One in particular is that the portable generator that they have, the electrical generator, isn't large enough to handle the load. And there's a permanent generator on site that's not connected. It has not been connected for 4 years. Currently, even in the most recent report that says of October 2023, 24th, this last month, it's still not connected, but it is noted that it's under agreed. So they have a plan to eventually connect it. I don't know why it's taken 4 years to even have a plan to go forward, but it's still not done. And there's multiple things that have not been done in 4 years' time. And we know we all had an assessment last year for the SDP and continue to pay supposedly $15 a month in common charges towards our sewage treatment plant. Important infrastructure needs to get done. And a big portion of what I want to try to make sure we're doing is the minimum, mandatory maintenances, the infrastructure maintenances that we need every day. We don't like to think about what happens once we flush the toilet, but we sure notice when something goes wrong after you flush the toilet. We want to make sure that we don't lose that lovely convenience of not having to care about what happens after you hit that little knob button, whatever the case is. The last thing anyone wants is a flood. And I'm not sure if many know, but we had a major flood in building 3. The basement flooded almost waist deep that the poor maintenance guy had to somehow open that door, God bless him, and wade through a good amount of sewage down there. And the trucks were there for 3-4 days, maybe even a week, pumping it out. So those things can become bigger issues very quickly if health hazard, it can become a big issue very quickly if we do not pay attention to the little things as we would maybe think of them. There's other things, other ideas that I have. The dog park could use a taller fence just so that larger dogs that can jump very high. Sadie has a lovely playmate who she's a Belgian Malamute, and she can jump well over that fence, which is only 4 feet high, right into the nature park. I also would very much like if all the dogs, Fairview 1 and 2, could also come into the Artist Lake Dog Park. It doesn't seem fair that it's restricted. I think a lot of folks can agree on that. And, there's other things. We want to make an events committee, to get the community engaged. As Oscar said, having just little things, barbecues, get-togethers, assembling clubs, things like that, bring the community together. And, just things that we can all use to keep people involved. A lot of folks have seen little signs on the, recently there have been 2 signs going around for a lost cat, Ella. We put, some folks have put up signs on the mailboxes. It would be nice if we had a community bulletin board that folks could actually put signs up like that, lost cat, looking to sell something. Just something like that would be cleaned off 2 to 4 weeks. These are little things. They don't have to happen right away, but there's thoughts and ideas that I'd make sure if I was on the board, I would get everyone's opinion on. Is this a good idea? Is it a silly idea? At least to ask the question and to make sure that the community's voice is heard for these issues. Big when it comes to the sewage treatment plant, and small, like bulletin boards for us to just, communicate to each other with everyone's schedules. But that's my goals, my short-term plans, just coming forward, and I hope to earn your votes this year.
Guys, I don't want too much.
They'll find something.
So yeah, I already introduced myself, John Caracotto. A little bit about me, right? So I owned an Artist Lake for I think about 6-7 years now. It's hard to tell, time's going by so quickly. I'm 60 years old, right? I've lived quite a bit. I've owned houses. I've owned other places. And I chose Artist Lake to be in now. I'm a program manager. I work for Zebra Technologies. I manage multi-million-dollar programs, so I have very good understanding of managing budgets. Okay, and leading teams. You can see we have a pretty good team here of folks that we put together. We're all on the same page, I can tell you that. And we all have the same ideas and the same vision about what we would like to see the Artist Lake condominium moving into the future. I mean, Oscar said it pretty well, pretty good. That it's about our children, right? Quality of life, safety in our neighborhoods, and we need to be sure that the next generation of people who come and live here, are going to have the same quality of life that we expected. So we want to leave the condominium in good hands, right? I'm not sure the current regime is really thinking that way, because they're very isolated. They operate in a silo. They don't communicate with us. To Jordan's point, they don't ask for our input, what we would like. Did anybody ask, do we want our security guard to go away? No. Now, they may come back and say, well, if we wanted to keep the security guard, it was going to cost more money. We were going to have to raise, do an assessment and raise your common charges. Okay, at least ask me if that's okay with me or not. Don't make the decision for me, right? Put it to a community vote. Ask the community what they want. They kind of make the decisions for us. And that's fundamentally me. And I think these two gentlemen are not right. Because that's what a condominium is supposed to be. Condominium is supposed to be, believe it or not, a democracy, right? We're all supposed to have input into what goes on. The board is not meant to rule like a dictatorship or autocracy. They're not kings, they're not earls, right? They are voted there by us to serve us. And when we don't like what they're doing, we get the opportunity to vote them out. So that's what a condominium is supposed to be all about. So what I'm all about is transparency, right? To what Oscar and Jordan said, we want to have open meetings. My view is at least one a quarter, right? Every 3 months, have an open meeting of the community to give kind of a state of the community. This is what's going on. This is our budget. This is what we had to spend. This is what we weren't planning for that we had to spend. This is what we were planning. This is what we did. We want to do this, but we didn't think this was going to happen, and we had to pay for that, so we can't do this. We have to wait till next year. Those sort of things should be talked about. We're owners. We own in condominium. So that's all about transparency, right? And accountability, right? Our board, they take in a lot of money every year. Our money, every month, you write that check, right? $545, $600, depending on what unit you have, $700 for the bigger units. They're spending their money. They should got to be accountable for that. They need to be accountable and demonstrate their accountability to us. They don't, right? And to what Oscar and Jordan were both saying, community, right? We all know that we've been trying to get events going. We've been trying to get the community together, barbecues, billiards and dark nights. Every step of the way, they've fought us to try to stop us from getting together. Right? Now, this year we said, okay, we're gonna Jordan, Oscar, and I put up the $600. We're gonna have a community Christmas party because we think it's important to do. What the insurance of $100. Right? We're gonna do that. We're gonna have a party. We're gonna charge a small fee, right, for people to come in and to share some of the costs, right? But we're not making money doing it. We're gonna have raffles. We're gonna have. We've already started creating some gift baskets and whatnot. We're gonna do 50-50. Whatever money we get over and above what it costs us for the food, the rental, we're going to give it away to a charity. We're going to give it away to the branches. So we had to make an extra $50. Danielle, here you go. I think that's her. Danielle, here's $50 on behalf of Artist Lake for the branches. We want to be about community, right? We want to be about community. We want to get the community together. Want to start a committee that, you know, hey, canasta. We want to get canasta. Michelle can have her friends come here and play canasta.
Can't play here. Can't play there. The people come in, they have to pay $3 each.
Well, that's what they have to do now. That's what they have to do now. So we can maybe change that. Right? Why if Rochelle, a retired woman, wants to have 3 of her girlfriends come in on a Tuesday afternoon and play and ask her for a couple hours, then her friends have to pay $3. It's absurd. No other condominium does that. No other condominium does that. So those are the kind of things that, you know, that we want to do. All right. So how have I learned about all this? Right. So I've gotten involved. Right. I'm involved with the community. Some you know, some you don't. I'm a member of the Civic Association. Very events coordinator. Gail Lynch Bailey, the president, become a very close friend and confidant of mine. Together, we serve on the community ambassador program for the Suffolk County Police Department, right? And we are dealing with the police, and we've been working with them. I'm not going to get into the details, but we've been helping people in our community, right, that are having issues. And we've been helping them, getting them help through social services, getting them help through other means to try to improve their quality. I'm also a member of executive director of the local Chamber of Commerce. So trying to build local businesses in our area. So through all these things, all these activities, I can help our condominium. I also do the newsletter. Folks who get the newsletter. I write most of those articles. So it's all for one purpose, to try to help our community, to bring our community together. The opposition may say, oh, why is he doing it? He's got a motive. He wants to do this for himself. He's trying. I get nothing out of this other than a lot of sleepless nights and all that. Right? And it's not about me. And I'm also a member of the community associations. So what is that? That's a community, that's an organization on Long Island whose sole purpose is to educate board members on how to govern their condominiums, right? You become a board member and you really don't understand what your responsibilities and accountabilities are. You say, oh yeah, okay, I'm on the board now, right? Now you need to understand the governing documents. You need to understand, real estate. There's a lot you need to know. And the Community Associations Institute taught me a lot of that stuff. And I will make sure that our whole board, or at least a part of the board that agrees with me, will be part of that association institute, participate in seminars and do online training, how to create budgets, right? How to properly do reserve studies, right? Reserve study, the fundamental piece. It's really just about saving money, right? Do a reserve study. The sewage treatment plant is going to need this, like Jordan said. For 4 years, we've known about these problems, and we have no money to pay for it. Why? Because they weren't thinking ahead. They weren't saving money. No one did a reserve study to say, oh, in the next 10 years, you're going to have to put this much money into your sewage treatment plant. So you better have that much money available to pay for it. And you don't want to be one day just saying, oh, we got to raise your assessment by $100, right? No, you want to raise it a little bit every year, tuck a little bit away, so that when you do have to pay for that big change, you have the money to do it. You don't have to hit up your ownership for money, like maybe happening this year. We don't know yet, but there's rumors that we're going to get assessment, how much. So kind of that's what I'm about. I think these two guys are on the same page with me, and together we will make a great team. And together we'll make a great team. We're all like-minded, and yeah, it'd be great. Thanks.
I wanted to have anything.